Okay, so I kind of just want to chat through everything that's been happening in regards to TikTok. But first, let's start off and just say literally happy motherfucking Martin Luther King Day, bitch. Let's start there, okay? Let's not forget the reason of the season, why some people have the day off, is to celebrate what he stood for. And at the end of his life, he was on some fuck this shit. And he was on, you know, in a mindset of really knocking tables over physically. And I think that's the energy that we need to really bring up specifically in this season. So happy Martin Luther King Day, even though that man was out here. Anywho, we're not gonna get into his tea. We're not gonna get into it today. But yeah, I really want to talk about TikTok, okay? I am a TikTok girly. I, was obsessed with the app. I just felt like it's just like a wealth of knowledge in such quick pockets of time. And that's what I guess has made it so attractive to people my age and people like me, and not even just people my age, but a wide range of different demographics, is because their algorithm has just been literally perfect and seemingly catered to each of us. And I'm not gonna lie that I've enjoyed it, and it's been a tool for me in many ways. But I wonder if having all of these virtual connections, and to the point where we're not making community and fostering, real life, real tangible relationships, it could be definitely be being used as a tool to distract. And this is why I think this. So when they really decided to take TikTok away, and I was like resonating with the fact that it was going to be gone and stuff like that, I made a TikTok about the ban and stuff like that, and just how it would be stupid of them, in my opinion, to just get rid of this soundboard for people to connect, because ultimately now we're going to be able to act. We're going to be even more willing to act on our politics, because we don't even have this outlet anymore. But then for them to just give it back to us, it's the dangling and the confusion that we should have been worried about. And I think that Brashana is somebody that I followed on TikTok, but she was kind of really opened my mind to a lot of these perspectives in a way. And she said something about, the US government being right about TikTok, and right about the fact that it is a tool that could be used to confuse, to empower people who don't have our best interest, and that our government knows this, and that's why, and they know that because they've had a hand in those sort of things in regards to Meta, Facebook and Instagram, and using those social medias as ways to win and rig elections. So now fast forward to today at the inauguration, and Trump is, talking about basically removing censorship and honoring people's freedom of speech. And my problem with that is, I can't prove it, but I feel like he has a hand in TikTok now, just like he's in cahoots with Mark Zuckerberg. So it's just like, I can't prove this stuff, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna do more research to try to understand more, but I don't feel safe posting on TikTok anymore. I just feel like they're using it as a platform to confuse. And another example of that is the election this time around. All of the people in my community on TikTok were posting about Kamala, posting about voting. And even though I saw, of course, people who were not gonna vote, and I respected their decision not to, like, but the people who were voting for her. And it just felt like there was just so much overpopulation of pro-Harris commentary, and not even pro-Harris, like just voting for her, to the point where I just thought, like, I didn't initially think she was gonna win, but I could tell that people were under the impression that she probably, you know, had a really good chance of winning. It's scary that all of our perspectives were kind of similar in that. Like, it's crazy how, like, a lot of people were, like, super shocked because we saw so much oversaturation of pro-Harris on our feeds and stuff like that. And I feel like that wasn't by accident. Like, I feel like, okay, it wasn't by accident. I don't think that these algorithms are, it just feels like they're meant to send us into a mental loop. And although they educate, it's filtered through a lot of criteria, and a lot of people's stories are silenced. And I don't know. It just feels very biased, and I'm questioning things. So if you're feeling like that, or if you have similar, you know, perspective, or if you don't, like, literally comment below. I just feel like there's just so much to discuss. If you have articles on topics like this, or want to put me on to stuff like that, feel free. But ultimately, my goal is to just focus on community and how I can show up in real life for certain people. Because virtual communities are great, and I think that they foster a lot of beautiful things, but I think now it's like a call to action, and truly the revolution will not be televised. And that's why all these protests and stuff that's happening in DC are not being broadcast. It's because the outrage is not being televised. So I'm going to do what I can do in my own corners to show up. Cause like that's where the work really happens, y'all. It really does. So, okay, bye.